Hey everyone, welcome. Today we're going to talk about something we all use every single day but probably don't think about, at least not until it breaks. Yep, we're talking about your water heater.
So let me ask you a question. What do you think is the hardest working, and let's be honest, the most ignored appliance in your entire home? If you're thinking water heater, you are absolutely right. It's on duty 24/7, making sure you've got hot water the second you need it.
And that's the perfect way to put it, right? They're the quiet workhorses of our homes. Just think about it for a second. Your morning shower, washing the dishes, a load of laundry, none of that happens without this thing humming away in a closet somewhere.
All right, so maybe yours is on its last legs, or you're just looking to upgrade. How do you actually pick a new one? It's a pretty big deal, and it really comes down to a balancing act. You've got to think about your climate, how much hot water your family actually uses, your budget, of course, and even the amount of space you have. So, the first big choice you'll probably face is this: the classic traditional tank heater versus a newer tankless one. The traditional tank is what most of us grew up with. It holds a bunch of hot water ready to go, and it's usually easier to install. On the other hand, you've got tankless heaters. These are super compact and way more energy efficient because they only heat water when you need it. The catch? Well, they usually cost a bit more upfront. Okay, so you've made your choice. Now, before you just get someone over to slap it in, hold on. There's a little bit of homework to do. Think of it like a pre-flight checklist. A few minutes of planning right now can save you from a massive headache down the road.
And it really boils down to three super important things. First up, local codes. You got to make sure your new unit is up to snuff with local regulations. No shortcuts there. Second, check your utilities. If you're going electric, do you have the right kind of circuit? If it's gas, is your gas line big enough? And third, and this is a big one people forget, measure your space. And I don't just mean to see if the heater itself fits. You need to leave enough room around it for a person to actually get in there and do maintenance later on.
So, your shiny new heater is installed and running. Great, but your job isn't quite over. A little bit of regular care, just a little bit, can seriously extend the life of your unit. And the best part is, there's a bunch of simple things you can totally do yourself. Let's talk about the big four when it comes to DIY maintenance. Number one, you should flush the tank about once a year. This gets rid of all that gunk and sediment that builds up and just kills your efficiency. Next, test the pressure relief valve. It's a key safety feature. Also, it's a good idea to just take a peek at your thermostat settings every now and then. And finally, if you are really comfortable with this stuff, and I mean really comfortable, you might even be able to replace a bad heating element yourself. Okay, I'm going to stop right here because this is absolutely 100% non-negotiable. Before you even think about touching your water heater, you have to turn off the power at the circuit breaker. Or if it's a gas model, you shut off the gas supply. Seriously, no exceptions. Your safety is priority number one, period. And while we're on the topic of settings, here's a great pro tip for you. Most manufacturers suggest setting your thermostat to 120 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 49 Celsius. That's kind of the magic number. It's plenty hot for showers and dishes, but it's also a lot safer. It helps prevent accidental burns, especially if you have kids. Plus, it can save you a little cash on your energy bill. But let's be real. Not every problem is something you can or should fix yourself. It's just as important to know your limits and to be able to spot the warning signs that tell you, hey, it's time to call in a pro. So what's the biggest, brightest red flag? Water. If you see even a small puddle or any moisture around the bottom of your heater, do not ignore it. That could mean you've got a serious leak in the tank itself. And honestly, that usually means the whole unit is about to fail. Okay, how about weird noises? Are you hearing any popping, rumbling, or maybe even a banging sound coming from the tank? That's not good. It's usually a sign that a whole lot of mineral sediment has built up inside and hardened. This forces the heater to work way too hard and can cause all sorts of parts to fail. And the last big one, what if your water temperature is all over the place? You know, you're in the shower and it goes from hot to just kind of lukewarm and then back again. That could point to a bad thermostat or a failing heating element. Now, while some of these can be a DIY fix, it's often something that really needs a professional to diagnose correctly. So, the bottom line is pretty simple. If you see water, if you hear those strange noises, or if your temperature is inconsistent, just pick up the phone and call a licensed plumber. Don't wait, don't try to be a hero, just make the call. All right, let's bring it all home and talk about the bottom line, what this all means for your wallet and what your next step should be. Just keep in mind, the costs for a new unit or a repair can really vary. It all depends on the type of heater and how complicated the installation is. You might even have to budget for things like permit fees or new piping. But here's the most important piece of advice I can give you. When in doubt, just call a licensed pro. It's the only way to be sure the job is done safely, and it also keeps your warranty valid.
So I want to leave you with this one last thought. That quiet workhorse in your basement or garage, it's always talking. It's telling you how it's doing through its performance, its efficiency, even the sounds it makes. The only question is, are you listening?